Alrighty, welcome out. We've got the Olympus Aquatics IMX Challenge here for you at Game On Live Studio. We're only racing in lanes 1 through 6 this evening. In lane 1, Ollie Reyes. Lane 2, Lily Kate Jones. Lane 3 is Lily Kate Jones. We don't have anybody in lane 2 for this heat. Sophia Sherry, lane 5. Reed Wecker in lane 5, and Lucy Wecker in lane 6. This is the 200-yard IM. Looks like we're having issues with the timing system. We're going to have to reset a few things as the night goes on and tomorrow morning when we are here. If I mispronounce anybody's name, go ahead and correct me in the live chat. But we do have a lot of names here, so there will be. I will probably mess up quite a few of them, so please let me know. Alrighty, the timing system has not been fixed quite yet, and it looks like we're going to be running off of, or at least manually here, and the times from our timekeepers here. We've got the inside MC system and a horn. And we are underway here for Event 1, Heat 1. Lane 1, Ollie Reyes. Lane 3, Lily Kate Jones. Sophia Sherry in lane 4, Reed Wecker in lane 5, and Lucy Wecker in lane 6. This is a 200-yard IM. And this is a 25-meter pool, so reminder, they will have to swim back and forth before switching to a new stroke. Neck and neck right now. In the lead is Lily Kate Jones and Sophia Sherry in lane 3 and 4. They are right with each other. Definitely gives you more motivation as you swim. There's somebody next to you to be racing. As we see Jones starting to pull ahead here. Now it's Sophia Sherry in lane 4 who has started to pull away from Jones. Jones was ahead after 100 meters, but as we come up on 150, it is Sherry who has pulled away here. Just over 2 minutes into this swim. Sherry in her final 50 meters here. And Jones coming up to 150 now. She goes into the turn and into freestyle she goes. Sherry with a lead though in lane 4. Time at 2:30 right now. She hits 175. Jones touching 175 now. It looks like Sherry will take first in this heat with a time of 2. And the clock system is not working. It's going to be about 2:55. And Jones coming in behind her at 3:0, about 3:04 here. Like I said, the timing system not working at this point. Ollie Reyes in her final 50 meters here. As Reed and Lucy Wecker in lanes 5 and 6. Lucy just entering her final 50 meters, and Reed about to touch for 150. Once again, this is a 200-meter IM. Reed touches the wall there. He's in his final 50 meters. As we see Ollie Reyes in lane 1 coming up on the end here. For her time going to be 4:04.65. Looks like the timing board is working now. Maybe. Lucy Wecker in lane 6 with a time of 4:18. Once again, Lily Kate Jones in, I'm sorry, it was Sophia Sherry in lane 4. In first, I believe. I'm not sure the board is correct. As we see Reed Wecker come in here with a time of 4:44. And up next for Heat 2 of this 200-meter IM, Jaden Liu, I apologize, in lane 1. Nell Kolzek in lane 2, Alec Pang in lane 3, Vienna Lemon in lane 4, Yuma Banmajov in lane 5, and P. Jones in lane 6. Coming out hard and with the early lead in lane 3, going to be Alec Pang. Close behind in lane 4, Vienna Lemon. And then neck and neck in lane 5 and 6, Yuma Badmajov and P. Jones. A 30-second split here for the first 50 meters from Alec Pang. Following close behind with 32-second split is Vienna Lemon. Touching at the 100-meter mark, Alec Pang, a split of 1:08 for the first half of this race. Close behind, 1:11 is Vienna Lemon. Neck and neck in lane 1 as they just go past their 100-meter mark is Jaden Liu and Nell Kolzek. And into the last 50 meters, Alec Pang into the freestyle here. Looks like the timing board has froze that 100-meter split. Not sure what's happening with that. Alec Pang touching the wall there. Have no idea what the time is as the board is totally messed up here. Looks like it was just reset. Gonna have to get my own stopwatch out here and do my own timing for these heats until we can get the timing board figured out here. Touching the wall in lane 1 and 5. I'm sorry, that's 1 and 6. Jaden Liu and P. Jones. Coming in hard here in the last few meters. Lane 5, Yuma Badmajov. And that will do it for Heat 2 of Event 1. Now it sounds like the microphone is not working.
It's going to be very important that you guys are just making sure you're getting good times on these guys. So just watch carefully from the start. If there is a mistake or an error with the watch, please get the attention of the timer so you get it back and watch as quickly as possible. Thanks, timers.
All right. So my timing will definitely not be spot on. I'm gonna have to do this manually. This is Event 1, Heat number 3. In lane 1, Eliza Aberseth. Lane 2, Amelia Connor. Lane 3, Gabby Henry. In lane 4, Preston Tang. In lane 5, Desiree Kitt. Lane 6, Oscar Astle. Touching the wall first there for the first 50 meters in lane 3 is going to be Gabby Henry. And into the backstroke. Still in first here in lane 3 is Gabby Henry. Close behind Preston Tang in lane 4, followed by Eliza Aberseth in lane 1. Touching at 100 meters is Gabby Henry, just over a minute at that 100-meter split. And into breaststroke they go. Preston Tang catching up here to Gabby Henry. Closing the gap here during breaststroke. Preston on the heels of Gabby now. In lanes 3 and 4, we'll see who has a better freestyle stroke. As Gabby Henry touches the wall as well as Preston Tang. Gabby takes off, so does Preston here. Preston is only 13 years old. Gabby with about a body length lead here as she goes into the final few meters. Preston doing all he can to try and catch up here. Gabby Henry with a time of 2:24, followed by 2:25 to Preston Tang. In lanes 1 and 2, very close together now. Time of 2:35 from Eliza Aberseth and Amelia Connor. Followed by 2:41 from Desiree Kitt and Oscar Assel in lane 5 and 6. Heat 4 coming up next. In the water for heat number 4 of 8 for event 1. Haley Christiansen in lane 1. Isaac Wardle in lane 2. Vincent Wu in lane 3. Campbell Keller lane 4. Alexandra Lund in lane 5. And Gemma Dawsonbet in lane 6. In the lead so far in lane 3 is Vincent Wu with a split of 29.08. Followed by in lane 4, Campbell Keller with 29.55. Very close together are these two as they hit 75 meters now. Touching up at 125 meters now. Very close together in lanes 2 and 3. Taking a slight lead though in lane 2 is Isaac Wardle. A very good breaststroke here. Isaac will touch and be in first at this point. 1:46 as he goes into his final 50 meters. Close behind in lane 2, Vincent Wu with a time of 1:48. And then Campbell Keller in lane 4, 1:50. Very close, these three. But Isaac Wardle taking off here in freestyle as he goes into the last 25 meters. Followed behind by Campbell Keller, or Vincent Wu, I should say. Isaac touches the wall, and 2 minutes, 17 seconds will be his time, followed by Vincent Wu, 2:21. 2:24 is the time for Campbell Keller in lane 4. Lane 6, time of 2:30. Gemma Dawsonbet, Alexandra Lund with 2:31. and 2:34 to Haley Christiansen in lane 1. Heat number 5. Underway here in lane 1, Caroline Cooper. Lane 2, Malia Matsumori. Lane 3, Brighton Simons. Lane 4, Taylor Hooten. Lane 5, Elaine Liu. And in lane 6, Lorraine Moran, I apologize. Taking a lead here in lane 5 is going to be Elaine Liu with a very strong breaststroke here as she touches the wall for her 150-meter mark time at 1:44 at this point. We'll see who has the strongest freestyle, however. Liu coming up on the end here. And a time of 2:16 for Elaine Liu. Close behind in lane 3, Brighton Simons. And then in lane 4, Taylor Hooten with a time of 2:21. Up next is Heat 6. In lane 1, Kaya Lawson. Lane 2, Miles Moran. Lane 3, Sam Carlson. Lane 4, Reef Yoked. And lane 5, Madeline Moran. And in lane 6 is Owen Hartman. In the lead at this point in lane number 3 is Sam Carlson. Sam might get a split of under a minute here for his 100 meters. Not quite, just a minute, 0.32 seconds at the 100-meter mark here. Taking off in the breaststroke in lane 6 is Owen Hartman. He's now got himself in the lead here as he goes into freestyle. He's got a pretty good lead. My favorite part about watching the IM race is that you can be very good at one stroke and it can put you in the lead very quickly and enough to hang on until the end. That's exactly what we're seeing here from Owen Hartman in lane 6. And he's going to come up with a time of 2:07.7. followed behind in lane 2 by Miles Moran with 2:12, and then in lane 3, just 0.04 of a second behind Miles Moran is Sam Carlson, and heat 7 going into the water now. In lane 1, Will De La Garza. In lane 2, Colleen McWilliams. Lane 3, Luke Garstang. Lane 4, Abraham Assel. Lane 5, Gabe Jones. And in lane 6, Matt Quackenbush. A pretty tight race here between lanes 1, 4, and 5. That's going to be Will De La Garza, Abraham Assel, and Gabe Jones in 5 as they touch for 125. So they're on breaststroke now. Very, very close here. We'll see who comes up to touch the wall for 150 meters. It's lane 5. That's going to be Gabe Jones. These three swimmers all within 0.05 of a second of each other. That's lanes 1, 4, and 5. We'll see who breaks away in freestyle, and it looks like it's lanes 1 and 5. Will De La Garza and Gabe Jones neck and neck here. We'll see who touches the wall first. And it's going to be very close. 0.06 of a second ahead of Gabe Jones is going to be Will De La Garza. In lane 1. Heat number 8 here, Bridger Sink in lane 1. Nico Morton in lane 2. Evan Van Brocklin in lane 3, Will Jones in lane 4, Ian Connor in lane 5, and Eric Chamberlain in lane 6. Quickly ahead of everyone is Evan Van Brocklin in lane 3. A very, very powerful butterfly here. And right into the backstroke. Still in the lead here is Evan Van Brocklin in lane 3. Close behind is Will Jones in lane 4. Followed by Nico Morton and Ian Connor in lanes 2 and 5. Still Van Brocklin, though, with a pretty good lead here in lane 3 as he comes up on 150 meters. Van Brocklin with the lead going into freestyle as he touches 175 now. Close behind in lane 4 is Will Jones. But it's Van Brocklin with a lot of power here. We'll see if he can get under 2 minutes. And it looks like he will. Evan Van Brocklin with a minute 53.64 for the 200 meter IM. Close behind with a minute 56 in lane 4 going to be Will Jones, followed by in lane 1 Bridger Sink. The time of 1:57. That will take us to event number 2. That's going to be our 50-yard backstroke. And we'll be right back. Alrighty, this is our 50-meter backstroke in lane 2. Is Jack Silent, lane 3, Thomas Thorham, lane 4, Stone Stringham, and in lane 5 is Ava Cederholm. Coming in first with a time of 46 seconds in lane 3 is going to be Thomas Thorham.
Lane 2, enter the pool. Lane 3, lane 4, lane 5, lane 6, enter the pool. Getting the flag? Swimmers, please enter the pool. Good job.
'50-meter backstroke heat number 2 here for event 2.
Thank you. Take your mark.
In lane 2 is going to be Benjamin Jacobson. In lane 3, in lane 3, Boston Allen. In lane 4, Graham Knight. Lane 5, Henry Assel. And in lane 6, Jack Frank. It's always impressive to me to see these 8 and 9-year-olds swimming in these events. Pretty close here between lane 2, 4, and 6. But in lane 2, coming in first is Benjamin Jacobson with 48 seconds, .34. Close behind in lane 4, Graham Knight with 48.6.
Lane 6. Olivia Johnson. Is Olivia here? Lydia Johnson. Lydia Johnson, lane 6. Lydia Johnson, lane 6. Take your mark.
All right, heat number 3 of event 2. In lane 2 is going to be Ellie Searier, Charlotte Searier in lane 3, Charlotte Jacobson in lane 4, and Addison Eldridge in lane 5. Coming in first in lane 3, going to be Charlotte Searier with a time of 43.18, 45.03 for Ellie Searier in lane 2, 52.45 in lane 5 for Addison Eldridge, and Charlotte Jacobson with a time of 52.42.
Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, Bryce Gates. Lane 4, Peter Stringham. Lane 5, Cheyenne Newman. Lane 6, Zoe Galbraith. Swimmers, please enter the pool. Lane 2.
Looks like we're missing a few swimmers here. So we've got in lane 1, Ellie Porath. In lane 3, Blake Bates. And in lane 6, Zoe Galbraith. Coming in first here in lane 3, going to be Blake Bates with a time of, not sure what happened here. Looks like it's not registering his time. It's going to be about 45 seconds. Yep, 44.04 for Blake Bates in lane 3. In lane 1 was Ellie Porath with a time of 45.08. And lane 6 with a time of 50.52 was Zoe Galbraith. Heat number 5, Penny Pope in lane 1. Bradley Stringham in lane 2. Chrysander Luris in lane 3. Annie Kitt in lane 4. Catherine Handy in lane 5. And Dylan Workman in lane 6. Coming in first here with 36.55 on their time is Penny Pope. And finishing in the lanes orders there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pope, Stringham, Luris, Kitt, and Handy. Heat number 6 here for the backstroke. Jaden Liu in lane 1. Ruby Pope in lane 2. Ethan Tao in lane 3. Connor Swenson in lane 4. Fia Dawsonbit in lane 5. And Lucas Wu in lane 6. Coming in first here in lane 4, going to be Connor Swenson with a time of 28.05. Final heat here of event number 2. Heat number 7. In lane 1, we've got Chloe Cedarholm. In lane 2, Robs Barton. Lane 3, Jade Garstang. Lane 4, Gabe Jones. Lane 5, Justin Tao. And lane 6, P. Jonas. Sorry, I think it's Pi Jonas, my bad. Coming in first in lane 4, going to be Gabe Jones with a time of 26.22. Looks like he shaved off just over 2 seconds of his personal best. Coming up in second in lane 2, 26.76. Their time is Robs Barton. And that will take us to event number 3, heat number 1. Reed Wecker in lane 2. Kent Stapley in lane 3. And in lane 4. Oh, doesn't look like we have anybody in lane 4. This is the 100-meter backstroke here. Finishing first here in lane 3 is Kent Stapley. Not sure what the time is for him, as our timing board has stopped working once again. And coming up with a time of 1:57.05 in lane 2 is Reed Wecker. Up next, event number 3, heat number 2. In lane 2 is Ellie Porath. Lane 3, Bradley Stringham. Lane 4, Ollie Reyes. And in lane 5 is Sophia Simpson. Touching up on the wall first there in lane 3 is going to be Bradley Stringham. It also looks like Bradley's lost his goggle. He's got him in his hand as he's swimming, but he's got a very good lead. Very impressive. Looks like Bradley will touch up on the wall here first. And with a time of 1:31.82, followed behind in lane 4 by Ollie Reyes. Time of 1:42.91. Heat number 3 of event 3. In lane 1, we've got Stockton Rogers. Once again, this is our 100-meter backstroke. Stockton Rogers in lane 1. Ethan Tao in lane 2. Lorraine Moran in lane 3. Vienna Lemon in lane 4. Tavian Lubari in lane 5. And Yuma Badmajov. Yuma Badamjov, apologize. Yuma Badamjov in lane 6. a good lead here in lane 3 is Lorraine Moran. Lorraine touching on the wall here and with a time of 107.2. Followed behind in lane number 4, Vienna Lemon with a time of 109.65. It looks like we've got our timing system fixed now, which would be fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our former coach, Denny. Good to see you again. All right, go back to sideline. Okay, kids, we'll get going. Clear the pool.
Looks like we got the timing system fixed. Up next for event 4. And in heat number 1, this is 200-yard backstroke. In lane number 1 is Justin Chamberlain. Lane 2 is Gemma Dawsonbit. Lily Kate Jones in lane 4. And Malia Massamori in lane 5. Once again, this is your 200-meter backstroke.
Swimming next in heat 2, lane 1, Desiree Kitt. Lane 2, Gabby Henry. Swimming in lane 3, Eric Chamberlain. Lane 4, Maddie Moran. In lane 5, Reese Yost. And lane 6, Alexander Lund.
Just in the lead here in lane 2. Looks like it's Justin Chamberlain, followed close behind in lane 5 by Malia Matsamori. Once again, this is the 200-meter backstroke. Just switched over from 100 just a moment ago. Finishing in first here in lane 2 is Justin Chamberlain with a time of 2:18.53. Followed behind by Malia Matsamori in lane 5 with a time of 2:23.27. Up next is heat number 2 of event 4. Still 200-meter backstroke. In lane 1, we have Desiree Kitt. In lane 2, Gabby Henry. In lane 3, Eric Chamberlain. In lane 4, Madeline Moran. In lane 5, Reef Yoked. And in lane 6, Alexandra Lund. Taking off with an early lead in lane 3 is Eric Chamberlain. A slight lead here in lane 3 for Eric Chamberlain. Coming up on the last 50 meters, I believe, here. Eric Chamberlain with a time of 2:12.88. Looks like he cut off about 8 seconds off his previous time. In second, in lane number 4, Madeline Moran, the time of 2:18.72. Madeline coming up, cutting off time as well. This is heat number 3 for event 4. In lane 1, Elaine Liu. Lane 2, Colleen McWilliams. Lane 3, Campbell Keller. Lane 4, Owen Hartman. Lane 5, Taylor Hooten. And lane 6 is Kaya Lawson. Neck and neck in lanes 2 and 4. Looks like it's Colleen McWilliams and Owen Hartman. Taking a lead now is Owen Hartman at the end here. He's going to get a time of 2:08.59, followed behind by Colleen McWilliams with 2:10.10. Then in lane 5 with the time of 2:15 is Taylor Houghton. Up next is heat number 4 for this 4th event. In lane 1, Rob Barton. In lane 2, Ian Connor. In lane 3, Will Jones. Lane 4, Nico Morton. Lane 5, Evan Van Brocklin. And in lane 6, Brighton Simons. Van Brocklin in the lead so far. Still in the lead here is Van Brocklin, and he will touch the wall first. A time of 1:53.91. He caught off about 9 seconds off his previous time. And then in second in lane 4 is Nico Morton with a time of 1:56.35. This is event number 5, heat number 1. Sam Jensen in lane number 2. Graham Knight in lane number 3. Stone Stringham in lane 4. Boston Allen in lane 5. And Ava Cederholm in lane 6. All right, this is heat number 3 of event 5. In lane 1, Dylan Workman. In lane 2 is Dylan Workman. Lane 3 is Henry Astle. Lane 4, Peter Stringham. Lane 5, Annika Simonsen. And lane 6 is Blake Bates. This is the 50-meter freestyle. Heat number 4 of event 5 now. This is in lane 1, TJ Beeman. Lane 2, Zoe Galbraith. Lane 3, Jack Silin. Lane 4, Jack Frank. Lane 5, Benjamin Jacobson. Lane 6, Reed Wecker. Coming in first in lane 5 with a 38.76 time is Benjamin Jacobson, cutting off 10 seconds off of his 50-yard free time. Heat number 5 here now. Bradley Stringham in lane 1. Addison Eldridge in lane 2. Ellie Searer in lane 3. Thomas Thorham in lane 4. Lucy Wecker in lane 5. And Miles Johnson in lane 6. Coming in first, Miles Johnson with a time of 29.60. Looks like we had somebody stay in the pool. Thought there was someone a little bit farther than they planned on. Up next, this is heat number 6, still of event number 5. In lane 1, Penny Pope. In lane 2, Lucas Wu. In lane 3, Sophia Sherry. In lane 4, Annie Kitt. In lane 5, Ava Jones. And in lane 6, Charlotte Searer. Looks like touching the wall first in lane 3 will be Sophia Sherry with a time of 31.17. Up next, heat number 7, Ethan Tao in lane 1. Ruby Pope in lane 2. Jaden Liu in lane 3. Fia Dawsonbit in lane 4. Chrysander Luris in lane 5. And Catherine Handy in lane 6. In first there in lane 2, Ruby Pope with a time of 29.85. Now up next in heat 8. In lane 1, Kent Stapley. In lane 2, Pi Jones. In lane 3, Tavian Ulubari. In lane 4, Lily Kate Jones. In lane 5, Chloe Cedarholm. And lane 6, Nell Kolzik. With some speed here is Pi Jones in lane 2. And touching the wall first at the time of 29.49. Now up next we have heat number 9. This is Stockton Rogers in lane 1. Lane 2, Connor Swenson. Lane 3, Gemma Dawsonbit. Lane 4, Haley Christiansen. Lane 5, Amelia Connor. Lane 6, Justin Towell. Another big lead here in lane 2 for Connor Swenson. And he'll touch the wall with a time of 25.89. Crushed that race. In second was lane 3, Gemma Dawsonbit with a time of 29.30. Connor with a huge lead there in that one. This is heat number 10. Alec Peng in lane 1. Eliza Arseth in lane 2. Lycan Swenson in lane 3. Miles Moran in lane 4. Isaac Wordle lane 5. And Lorraine Moran in lane 6. Lots of speed here. And taking first in lane 4 is going to be Miles Moran with a time of 25.77. Up next, heat number 11, Luke Garstang in lane 1. Abraham Astle in lane 2, Nico Morton in lane 3, Vincent Wu in lane 4, Owen Hartman in lane 5, and Madeline Moran in lane 6. Coming in hot here and all pretty close. We'll see who touches the wall first. And it's going to be in lane 3, Lycan Swenson at the time of 23.95. Up next, heat number 12, we have Eric Chamberlain in lane 1, Sam Carlson in lane 2, Evan Van Brocklin in lane 3, Jack Saber in lane 4, Ethan Astle in lane 5, and Matt Quackenbush in lane 6. Van Brocklin with a ton of speed here. And he's got a time of 21.25. Just a quarter second over his previous time. But Van Brocklin takes that one. Up next, this is the 100-yard butterfly. And it looks like we have swimmers in lanes 2 and 3. That's going to be Reed Wecker in lane 2 and Sophia Simpson in lane 3. Once again, this 100-yard butterfly here. Touching the wall for first in lane 3 is going to be Sophia Simpson. The time of 2:14.97. And coming into the final few meters here, this is Reed Wecker. Reed with a time of 2 minutes, 48 seconds, .54. Up next, heat number 2 here. In lane 3, we have Ollie Reyes. Ollie Reyes, I apologize. In lane 4, Lucy Wecker. Lane 5, Kent Stapley. Coming in for the final few meters here in lane number 3, Ollie Reyes. Touching the wall with a time of, the board's been a little finicky today. In second, however, we've got Kent Stapley with a time of 1:44.88. Ollie Reyes touching the wall just prior. And coming in to the wall here in lane number 4, this is Lucy Wecker. And she'll touch the wall with a time of 2:38.15. Jumping in now, and heat number 3 of this 6th event. In lane 1, we've got Stockton Rogers. In lane 2, Vienna Lemon. In lane 3, Oscar Astle. In lane 4, Justin Tao. In lane 5, Chloe Cedarholm. And in lane 6, Yuma Badamjov. Touching the wall first in lane number 2, Vienna Lemon with a time of 1:11.71. And Oscar Astle in lane 3 with a time of 1:14.39. Up next, this is heat number 1 of event 7, and I was told event 7 is our final event for the evening. So this should be our final 3 heats up for this evening, and then we'll do events 8 through 16 tomorrow in the morning. In lane 1 for this 200-yard butterfly, which is event 7, this is Justin Chamberlain in lane 2. In lane 3, Miles Moran. Lane 4, Preston Tang. In lane 5, Alexandra Lund. And in lane 6 is Miles Johnson. In the lead in lane 3 is Miles Moran. Close behind in lane 2 is Justin Chamberlain. Now in the lead in lane 2 is Justin Chamberlain. Miles now on his left. These two are very tight and close together now. Looks like Justin has the lead still as we approach the last few meters now. Justin Chamberlain looks like he's going to hit the wall first. A final surge there. A final surge, a big surge from Miles Moran, and just 7 thousandths of a second behind the time of Justin Chamberlain. Chamberlain coming in at a time of 2:20.42, and Moran coming in at 2:20.49. Incredibly close, those two on the finish. And coming in now in lane 6 is Miles Johnson, and he'll finish at 2:55.11. And up next for heat number 2, this is still our 200-yard butterfly for heat 2 of event 7. Will De La Garza in lane 1, Campbell Keller in lane 2, Eric Chamberlain in lane 3, Malia Matsamori in lane 4, Caroline Cooper in lane 5, and Colleen Williams in lane 6. At the 50-meter split in first with a time of 28 seconds on the first 50 meters is Will De La Garza. We'll see how that holds as we go through these last 150 meters. Still in first here in lane 1 is Will De La Garza. He's in his last about 10 meters now. Will's just going to be over 2 minutes here as he hits the wall, 2:06.11. Coming in behind him is in lane 3, Eric Chamberlain, coming in at a time of 2:17.8. And then in third, lane 6, going to be Colleen McWilliams, the time of 2:19.5. That will do it for heat number 2. And up next, heat 3 for event 7. In lane 1, Jade Garstang. In lane 2, Rob Spartan. Lane 3, Evan Van Brocklin, and lane 4, Will Jones. Lane 5, Bridger Sink. Lane 6, Gabe Jones. Neck and neck, lanes 3 and 4, Van Brocklin and Jones. These two with previous times just 4 seconds off of each other. Van Brocklin at 1:49 and Jones at 1:53. Van Brocklin has been putting on a show today. Jones with a slight lead here, though, as they hit 75 meters. We'll see what it looks like as we hit 100 and halfway through this 200-yard butterfly. At the wall first is Jones in lane 4. A split of 55.88. Van Brocken at 57.98. And in lane 5 now, we've got Bridger Sink on the board with a split of 56.65. We'll see what these guys can do now as we approach 50 meters to go. Van Brocklin's now falling into third here. Sink on the tail of Jones. Jones in 4, Sink in 5, followed by Van Brocklin in 3. These are the 3 front runners at this point. Lane 4 is Jones. Jones still in the lead here as we go into the last 25 meters. Jones going in hard. Still on his tail is Bridger Sink. Jones hits the wall at 155.72. Sink at 156.66. And Van Brocklin in at 201.27. Van Brocklin looks cast. And I believe that'll do it for this evening through 7 events. We will shut it down and be back tomorrow morning for events 8 through 16 here from the Olympus Aquatics Center here in Olympus, Utah. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.